Hey guys, welcome to the channel. As you can tell, my voice is a little off. Still sick, and it came back to bite me in the butt. It's a fun time. But today we are here to talk about my proposed battle rating changes for a lot of the top tier props in the game. And as you can see in the upper left hand corner, I have a little spreadsheet where I laid out my battle rating changes. First up is the Bearcat 1B. Honestly, I think it's pretty balanced where it is. It's a good aircraft, but it's not overpowered and really is the slightest. It can handle jets pretty well, props can handle it. You have to be a good pilot to fly the thing well, but it's not, the skill cap isn't that high. Now the next is the P-51H, which is I'm proposing to go to 7.0. Why such a big leap? As you can see in this video, which is only the P-51H, is I am just slam dunking on every single prop and jet I find. This thing has, as long as it has the web, has energy for days and days and days and does not lose it. And for those thinking, well, the enemy jets will just outspeed me. I've put this thing in a dive. Actually, the footage when I did it is actually in this video, but you can't see it because of the little spreadsheet. And I reached 870 kilometers per hour in a dive and did not redline, did not get a warning. My wings were not flapping like they're about to rip off. I was fine. And most jets at the 7.0 bracket will not be reaching those speeds in a straight line on the deck for the most part. Unless they themselves had dove, they're not hitting those speeds. Not unless they had a really long running start. And the props at 6.3, 5.7 to K4, they cannot handle a good P-51H pilot. As you saw in my G56 video, that the P-51H even in that plane is pretty untouchable if it's flown right. Next up is the F2G. Similar position to the P-51H, but I would put it up 6.7, not 7.0. Thing has a lot of power, but it's not as agile as the P-51H, and it goes pretty fast. And I believe it could handle, 7.0 jets too. F4U4B, similar built to the F2G, just not as insane. I would move it up to 6.0. Yak-3U, the thing's a freaking monster. 5.7 aircraft really do have a hard time fighting it. I would also put up to 6.0. Well, the only problem at 6.0 it would have would be the airframe limitation. It's not the fastest prop, but as soon as somebody gets in a dogfight with you, it's over. You've basically won that. Now we have the LA9, which has no business being at 6.0. All the 6.0s can pretty much rinse it. In an up tier, it's useless. In the down tier, it's okay. The only main thing that this thing has going for it are the 423s. Then again, mine's not quite spaded, but I was having quite a hard time getting stuff done. Spitfire Mark 22, in my opinion, does not need to be 6.7. It is not as powerful as a Mark 24. Similar airframe, but just not as much power, and it does not need to be 6.7. It should go down to 6.3, where it used to be. Now, all the Ki-84s need to go up. Co 5.7, the O2 6.0, and the high 6.3 to 6.7. Why so high? Is I've had multiple experiences where I've actually out-dogfought P-51Hs in this thing, in 2v1s. And they weren't trying to fly, they weren't quite flying it right, but they weren't that stupid either. They're about average players. And if I'm handily out dogfighting them and keeping up with them, then the thing should go up. And the 5.3 Ki-84 has no business being at 5.3. 220 mils, 250 cals. It's a little light armament. But if you go with your shots, you'll be fine. J5N1, I think should go to 6.0. That thing rinses everything at 5.7. It destroys bombers. It can outmaneuver most single-engine fighters that the Americans can throw out, the Germans can throw at it. Out-energies them. It's just a monster. It needs to go up to 6.0. And the G56, this could be just because I had a bad time in it, but I think it should go down to 5.7. The airframe, it feels like the only way I was able to get kills was because I happened to be in the right place at the right time. And if that's the case, I could have been in a 3.0 plane and done the same thing. The G56 is very situational based. It's not airframe, does not carry, it does not help you. The guns are great, I just suck at aiming. But you have to be at the right place at the right time, and you have no control over the battlefield. You don't. It's just not happening. But I guess we should get some comment discussions in the comments, seeing what you guys think about my battle rating changes. I know this video isn't quite as detailed as I wanted it to be, but life's just been kind of crazy. Sorry guys. But those were my main points of why these things need to change, and I hope you guys have a good one. Bye-bye.